Unfortunately, the crisis is getting much worse, much faster than predicted, and it is getting worse at a rate faster than the rate at which we're deploying these solutions. We have everything we need, save sufficient political will. It's been that way for a while. And just since the Glasgow conference, we have seen a lot of backsliding. And we've seen financial institutions, banks and large investors pumping more and more and more money into more and more fossil fuels. It is quite literally insane. More effective way. We are nearing a political event horizon. And in the United States, J.P. Morgan Chase, Citi, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, Royal Bank of Canada here, several banks in Canada joined the Net Zero Banking Alliance, and then last year they doubled the amount of money pumped into the tar sands. We can't keep pumping more and more money in pursuit of short-term profit in activities that are destroying the future of humanity. This is not a time for moral cowardice. This is not a time for surrender and reckless indifference to the fate of humanity. We have to find ways to solve the democracy crisis in order to solve the climate crisis. But yes, what the IPCC report, I mean, you know, it's an asymptotic curve that gets closer and closer to absolute panic, okay? And all the reports are very similar. This is real. Today we will put another 162 million tons into the thin shell of atmosphere surrounding the planet. And the accumulated amount now traps as much extra heat as would be released by 600,000 Hiroshima-class atomic bombs exploding every 24 hours. The co-pollution from burning fossil fuels kills 9 million people every year. A large multiple of the number of people killed by COVID are killed annually by the particulate pollution that comes from fossil fuels. And then we see this horrible scene where the United States goes begging other petrostates like Saudi Arabia and Venezuela and Iran to pump up more and more fossil fuels. We have the technologies, we have the solutions, we have the ability to stop this progressive destruction of the future of humanity and start the long healing process. But we have to break through the capture of our political systems. They say boycotts don't work. Should we boycott all of these banks and all of these financial institutions? You know, scientists, climate scientists, some of them announced last week and started doing this, gluing themselves to the doors, to the gates of these fossil fuels facilities. If climate scientists have reached the conclusion that more facts and more data and more research is of absolutely no good unless we, the people, can find the means to break through the imprisonment of our self-determination on the part of large, massive polluters who are just looking at profits, then the scientists say they have to go into the streets. What will we say to the next generations when they look back and say, you had the chance to do this? We have the means. The International Energy Agency says that in order to cut emissions by 50% in 2030, we have all of the technologies we need, fully developed, with deployment plans that have been proven to work. For the next 50% between 2030 and 2050, all of the technologies are in various stages of development. They can be ready. If we decide to develop them quickly enough, they will be ready. We have to stop destroying our future. It sounds so simple, but we have to break through this paralysis.
Well, we have to break through this paralysis. Ladies and gentlemen, Al Gore.
I have one other thing to say.
Oh, sure.
And I've said this before. Do not give up hope. And remember always that political will is itself a renewable resource. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Al.